I know that you hate me.
Put your phone on silent because you don't talk to me. Is that not right? Just know that if you call my number, it's not going to go through. You're not even going to reach me. Just know that. Bro, there's nothing like, okay, babe, I'm going, no, babe, but there's this thing. You just drop your phone, you put your phone on silent, you do not talk to me because of why? Because of why? Because of why? Because of why? What was the meaning of this? What was the meaning of this? Why will you not pick up your phone? Why will I be calling you that you not pick up your phone? Why will you find it difficult to answer your...
We're all like, we'd like to have a world where men have more like layers, where they could feel comfortable enough to talk about shit like sadness and longing and jealousy and just pain and in general. We're all saying that. We had all agreed on that. So tell me why recently this whole new trend is going on, and if a guy comes up to you and then he's just like, I'm actually feeling really, really bad about that. That thing that happened the other day, like that made me feel really, underappreciated, and I feel like I'm putting a lot of effort into this relationship, and I feel like you're not doing as much or whatever. And instead of being like, oh my God, I am so sorry, I didn't realize. We're all like, oh my God, you're being so sassy right now. At first, I thought sassy was like this new, still little internet way of being like, oh, like he's being weird or he's being like annoying or whatever. But like, I was like, oh, no. Sassy's supposed to mean he's being overly expressive of his emotions. I thought that's what you wanted.
I think one of the biggest mistakes that guys make in their dealings with women is failing to understand that they are dealing with a completely different animal from themselves. You're not dealing with your fellow guy. Yes, I understand that we are both human beings and there are so many similarities that almost makes you believe that you can deal with a woman the way you deal with a man. But you are wrong. And the most obvious differences are physical, right? The chest, the ass. And you look at those two and you're like, okay, those are the major differences, right? But those are not the major differences. The major differences are in here and here. The way we think, mentally and emotionally. But guys fail to understand this. The first guy who was crying to his girl. Now, let's not talk about how pathetic that was, right? Because as a guy, you're generally going to go through phases, the younger and the more inexperienced you are with dating and with women, where you'll be getting overly emotional. Maybe not to the point of crying, but you'll be getting overly emotional, you get. And this motivation didn't go to enter you. Eventually, you grow older and you move past that. So that's probably where that guy is. But the point is, the reason why he cried, the actual reason why he cried is two things. The first one is, he is in love with his girl, right? I didn't say he loves her. I said he's in love. You can love a girl or like a girl. Being in love, like Khabib said, Khabib, the UFC legend, right? He said, love makes a man's heart weak. And it sounds crazy, but it's true. It's actually true, right? Because you lose the pure masculinity that actually attracted the woman to you once you fall head over heels in love. I didn't say you can't like your girl. I didn't say you can't love your girl. I said you fall head over heels to the point where you're crying like that dude because of something little that she did. Because in her head, it's actually nothing, right? But to a guy who is head over heels in love with her, his world has been shattered. So the first mistake he made was being too emotionally attached to a woman who doesn't even respond to men who become emotionally attached. That's the first mistake. And the second mistake is he thinks in some way, right, that him emoting like that, him coming out and being that soft and emotional would activate a part of the woman's brain that is usually activated in a man's brain. What I'm trying to say is, you as a guy, right, if you see a girl crying, even a girl you don't know, right, there's this natural, I feel sorry for this girl, right, that comes up. If then it is your girl, it is way more intense. Like, you don't want your girl crying. Women don't have that shit. They don't have it. They just don't, right? No girl is sending her guy a video of her crying or complaining, almost complaining to tears, and he posts it on TikTok or on Instagram to laugh about it. It's not the same, right? No guy is doing that, right? But a girl would. And I'm not saying that this girl doing this, right, is acceptable and is right. But I'm saying that's how they are wired, though. Even the best of women might not post it the way this girl posted it on TikTok, But they would screen record it though, to laugh about it later. Because you're being a bitch ass nigga. That's what you're being. And girls don't like guys like that. In the most woke time of in the history of humanity, right? Women are still fundamentally women. It's just true. Right? And they still dislike bitch behavior in men. They do. Even the ones who complain, oh, my man is so narcissistic. Oh, my man is too this. Leave him then. No, she can't leave him. Because that's what she likes. Deep down, she likes. She can fight him today. She can complain tomorrow. She can tell her friends, oh, God, he never listens. You still come back. Why? Because that's what you actually like. It's true. And if you don't like it, 9 other women will. Now, I would like to say something about the second video of the girl who said girls initially demanded for a softer guy, but now they call them sassy, right? What you need to have at the back of your mind as a guy is you generally want to give women what they need, not always what they want. Now, I'm not saying never give them what they want. Like if she asks you for a handbag and you can afford it, you just tell her no. No, that's dumb. That's not my point. My point is you need to understand that given the fact that a woman's emotions can be very sporadic and up and down, the quickest way to make yourself a sad man is to try to match the ups and downs that she experiences every single day, which is when she's up, she says she wants something, you give it to her. When she's down, she wants something else, you give it to her. Bro, you get to a point where she's tired of your ass. Like, can you just let things be? Would she tell you that with her mouth? No, she will never say that. She'll do other things with her mouth. But she will never tell you, right, that, guys, stop fixing my fucking problems. The biggest mistake that fix it guys who want to fix every single issue that a woman is having, the biggest mistake they make is failing to understand that the drama, right, that a woman experiences when she's having these ups and downs, she likes it. Like, have you ever asked yourself why a woman would start up drama on her own if she doesn't like drama in the first place? Have you as a man ever woken up in the morning, looked at your girl sleeping peacefully, right, and said, what am I going to do to fuck this girl's day up? No guy thinks like that. Because we don't like stress. We just don't like stress. Niggas just want to play game, wake up, go. Like, we want a very simple, peaceful life. Girls don't like peace. And it's not like in a bad way, like, oh, they are very evil people. Not like bad like that. It's just the emotional high they get from, drama. They like it. You as the fix it guy, if they just want to do small drama, you can't fix it. She might not know, but she's getting tired. Like, guy, oh God, I've never complained. I've never started complaining. I've already started looking for solutions. Shut up. She kind of likes the drama, right? She does. Sometimes just allow her. Just leave her alone. Like, let her just act what she wants to act. When she's done, she'll come back and she'll be chill, right? And even if she doesn't come back, 9 other girls will if the one doesn't come. It's just how it is. Fix it guys will always lose because you're basically taking, like, men do not let women fall in love with them. You don't understand that a woman genuinely falling in love with you is a process, right? You almost want to make everything too perfect and too neat and too streamlined. And she hates that shit. She does. The girl in the second video just explains female nature in 2 minutes, right? They say one thing, they want the other thing, and when they get the other thing, they want something. Like, it's a never-ending cycle that you as a guy just needs to accept. Because if you don't accept it, you end up frustrated and angry. And it's unnecessary anger. No guy looks at his girl, smiling, laughing, having a good time, and says, you know what, I want to test that girl. Why are you testing her? Don't you like peace? No guy does that. But a girl will look at her man. He's somewhere just playing game. Everywhere is nice, it's a bright Sunday afternoon, everybody's happy, and she just comes up with stuff to just cause drama and cause, like, problems, right? It's just what they like. Like, it's just what they like. Just free them. When I say free them, I'm not saying accept disrespect. I'm not saying let her walk all over you. I'm saying don't be too eager to get stuff fixed. Don't be too eager to sit her down and talk to her like, oh, this is the problem. I don't like that you're doing this. Not be every time. Sometimes just sometimes you are not dealing with your fellow man to with which you can have all these logical conversations and come to a logical understanding. It's never really going to be like that. There are times when you want to have this conversation with your girl. Times. But not every time. In fact, not most times, funny enough. There are ways to converse with women, right? That don't even involve you talking too much. It's true. It just is. You're not dealing with your fellow man. There are so many differences between men and women that men need to digest. Something else is sacrifice, right? Men understand sacrifice way more than women do. Like, if I'm going somewhere, right, and I forget my money and a guy pays for me, right, there's a certain aspect of myself that just wants to pay him back. I want this guy to understand that I really appreciate the sacrifice that he just underwent for me, right? It's underwent a word, I don't know. But with women, it is not to the same degree. Your sacrifice makes her feel some type of way then, but once that feeling fades away, she has forgotten that. The guy in the first video who is crying and, emoting, in his head, he's saying, in his head, right, what causes that, apart from the fact that he's too emotionally attached, is he's thinking of his sacrifice, or all the things I've done for her, after all the times that I've sent her money, or I call her money in an evening. All that is what is driving him. All that sacrifice is what is pushing him to almost get annoyed. Like, why is she acting like this after all I've given to her? I'll tell you why. It's because your sacrifice doesn't matter as much. It just doesn't. You can invest in everything on this planet except women. The only way you invest in women is to invest in her emotions and her mind. That's the only way you can invest. Money, nothing. All the times you call, nothing, right? I think I have a perfect example for this, right? You know that a girl staying with a guy for an extended period of time, like 3 years, 5 years, whether they are dating or married, right? It doesn't really mean anything. Like, when it comes down to the bones of it, it doesn't really mean anything. Because a girl staying with you doesn't mean she's actually with you. Newsflash to guys who have girls who are daddy over their pastors, right? And they do everything their pastors say. She is subservient to her pastor, not to you. You're just a guy that she stays with, right? She is more in tune with her pastor than she is with you. If your woman doesn't submit to you, right, she submits to someone or something else. It is true. It just is, right? Sometimes it might be her pastor. Sometimes it might be her ex, who she doesn't even see. She probably doesn't even see him, right? But she's more in tune with him. Do you feel me? He has made his way into her subconscious, into her head and her heart, right? To the point where she's seeing you every day, but she don't rate you like that. I don't think I'm explaining this point very well. I probably should make another video on it. But my point is, when you're acting like a bitch, like the first guy who was crying, your girl, she might not leave you physically. She might still talk to you. You guys might still be in the same house. But mentally, she's not under you anymore. She doesn't submit to you anymore. She can't look up to you anymore. Because you're a bitch. And girls don't like bitches. What you need to understand in a nutshell is, you need to stop dealing with women like you're dealing with your fellow man. They are a completely different creature from us. They react to things differently from the way we react to them. You need to understand these things. And once you do, your life becomes so peaceful. Like, I can't even explain it. Your life becomes so peaceful because everything she does, you understand why she's doing it. And when you understand why a woman does certain things, you can't be mad. You can't be mad at her. You would never get to a point of crying like the first guy, right? And you're generally just at peace. For real. And that's what I want every guy on this channel. I want every guy on this channel to get to a point where you're just living a happy life. Because believe it or not, ignorance when it comes to women can fucking mess with a guy's life, right? We have how many years to live on the planet? You don't want to live sad, right? You don't want to go out sad, if that makes any sense. So hopefully you guys like the video. If you like to hit the like button. If you want to talk to me one-on-one via consultations, hit the first link in the description. Sign up for my membership and we can talk about anything you want to talk about. Your girl, your ex, whatever. So thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one. You go be.